Well, I never thought it might happen, and this was a big surprise to me that somebody wanted to do it. And I'm sure it was a surprise to him. He had always, I guess people had asked him, and I didn't even know it. He didn't even tell me. But, and undoubtedly he had, because he had told everyone else that they couldn't do a biography on him. And then, because we knew David for a short time, but we knew him well because he was our associate pastor. And so he asked me about it, and I said, "You'll have to ask Bill. I don't know what he'll say." And he said right away, as soon as he didn't even hesitate, I don't think. He said, "Yes, you can." And so that's how it all started. And of course, we were at Kingsway Church and all together, and we had known them for about a year, I guess, and they have just become wonderful friends, especially for me since Bill is gone now.
What was it like to kind of see Bill open up about his playing days and his baseball days? What was it like to see him kind of open up to David about playing and being a manager?
Well, I thought he deserved it, certainly, but then I was his wife, you understand. And I thought he was pretty special. So we lasted 70 years together.
What's it like for his legacy to kind of be on the bookshelf and really in writing for people to be able to read for decades?
Well, I hope they enjoy it, because we had a wonderful life together. And as in baseball was very good to us for the most part. Yes, he got fired from a few jobs, but everybody does. And so, it was part of the game.
It says a life in baseball. What did baseball mean to you, Bill, and your family?
Well, in the first place, I had grown up going to baseball games. My dad played town ball in this little town we lived in, and so Mother would take me when I was a baby to watch him play on Sunday afternoon when they had their games. They had a game every week, I think. That's what I was told. And so I grew up knowing the game, and then when we were older, we went to St. Louis to see the St. Louis Browns and the St. Louis Cardinals. And so my brother joined me, and he became an American League fan, and he was for the Browns all the time, and I was for the Cardinals. And we were in Wrigley Field one time for an all-star game. And we came out, and the American League had won 3-2. My brother looked at me and gave me one of those little snide grins. Well, the fight was on. I was so mad at him because he was bragging. But we got along fine because we all loved, everybody loved baseball. My mother wasn't crazy about it, but she people watched. And she had a good time doing that. So, but we all went to St. Louis very often.
What was Bill and yours life in baseball together for so many years? What was that like?
Well, when you're on a baseball team, especially in those years, they made the road trips a few times by train instead of flying. But when they got the teams on the West Coast, they almost had to go to flying in order to keep the schedule. And so that's when they really started flying, but they'd go out there and they'd be gone for a week just because they had to make the whole coast out there. And so I spent a lot of time with my daughters by myself, and we always went to wherever he was playing for the team he was playing for. we went to that city and stayed. We'd rent a house. We never bought a house anywhere else. We thought that we'd buy a house in St. Louis after he was Rookie of the Year in 1955. Well, the very next spring, you know, he was traded for 2 players over to Pittsburgh. And we were there then basically the rest of his his playing days we were. And then, of course, he started coaching and managing, and we stayed in baseball a long time. And we both enjoyed it most of the time.
What's it like today walking into a Barnes & Noble and seeing, you know?
Well, it gives me a special feeling. I thank them for arranging for this, and I really thank David for writing the book. I'm just enjoying all of the things that come with writing books. I didn't know exactly about that, but I'm enjoying the things that are happening, and I hope everybody enjoys the book as much as, of course, I do, because it's for my favorite guy.